Welcome, Milada. Welcome, Milada Rice.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice
Yeah.
to meet
Yes. I'm happy to have you here, and I don't know so much about you, but I found you on YouTube.
Thank you. Yes.
Yes, and I'm very interested in trance mediumship, so I listened a bit to you, and I thought, well, I'll see if she would like an interview, and I'm very happy you said
Oh,
yes. Yeah.
thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
I was thinking for those who will listen to this on YouTube, how did you begin your spiritual journey?
Well, it's interesting. I have met so many people that it seems that um, they had experiences as children, and perhaps they did not start to go through a mediumship development at that time, but they had experiences and did not know what to do with those experiences, perhaps did not have any guidance, or had someone maybe even say negative things about that. I was also mediumistic as a child, and my parents were very kind about that. They didn't discourage me, they were just sort of neutral about it. So I didn't have any negative feelings about mediumship, but I did not know what to do with it. And so as a result, I sort of put it to the back of my mind for a number of years. And it wasn't until, oh, probably about 10 years ago that I started to um, awaken to the spiritual development again, um, as far as mediumship goes. Um, I met my first evidential mediumship teacher. Her name is Lori
Mhm.
Ann Mans, and she saw that I was a medium when I went for a reading, and she started to ask me about my experiences. So I started to study with her. Uh,
Mhm.
and so I was working with evidential mediumship for a number of years, and also doing a lot of work with past lives with people. Um, and then in 2020, I met Mark Bedwood, who is a trance medium and a very wonderful mentor and spiritual advisor from Australia. And I did a trance reading with him, and I was so touched by his guides that it really just moved me that this is a very important work to have the guides speak directly to people.
Yeah.
Um, it was just so incredibly moving, and that's what got me interested in trance mediumship. And so I began to study with him, and I guess the rest is history, so to speak. I've been studying with him and doing many classes, and starting to teach classes myself, as well as do readings and things like what we're doing today. So
Mhm.
yeah.
When your guide comes through in the beginning, when you are learning or so, was it difficult, the energy, or how did you feel about that?
I have a kind of a special situation, and maybe others can relate to this as well. I was a classical musician from the time I was a small child, and my first career was as a violinist and teaching music as well. And so I had this ability to kind of drift away, to set myself aside, and
Mhm.
not only drifting away, but from the sense of being imaginative, but also just dropping away and really fully participating in the music, and almost like it would carry me away. And so when I started to work with trance mediumship, it was a very natural fit for me, as in that trusting
Mhm.
of just setting our own personality to the side so that the guide can speak. Um, I did not have difficulty with the energy of the guide, but I have experienced bringing through spirit that has a vibration that is very strong, and it did take some time to get used to that. But my main guide who speaks Sage, I did not have any difficulty with that energy. I think the Sage has always been with me, and you feel that deep connection of that's the soul connection of, I'm sure, many, many lifetimes. So in that case, that part was very easy for me. But I have had that experience where they're a guide of a certain intensity, and that was a different experience, and that requires some more work and learning between the human and the guide as far as connecting and understanding each other energetically so that it works well.
Yes. Sage, can you tell anything about you? We don't know, if it's, we talked about this before, if it's a he or she, or it's not so important, but when this person lived, was it a he or she, or we don't know? You don't know quite.
I don't know exactly when Sage lived. I do know Sage has shared that when he, in that incarnation, was a male, a kind of monk or philosophical teacher, and that at that time I was sort of an orphan child, and he took me in to teach me and take care of me. And so I was alongside of him all the time as a small child and growing up into the monastery that he was in. And I do feel that it was somewhere in Asia. I don't exactly know where.
No.
But a very long time ago, I feel. And I think that's why there's such a deep connection there as well, is because we just know each other so well.
Yeah. You do transfiguration as well?
Yes, it's something that it seems to just happen.
Yeah.
I cannot claim to have much experience at all with physical mediumship. It is an exploratory area for me. But it seems that there is transfiguration that occurs during some of the sittings. And I do sit with a physical mediumship circle it's primarily a blending circle, but we do find that things can be seen on the camera. It's over Zoom. So I do hope to explore that more as time goes on, because we found that in several occasions, people have recognized their loved ones. And that's a wonderful thing if loved ones can be brought through in this way to be seen and to be heard as well. So it's still very exploratory for me. I cannot claim to be any kind of expert,
No.
But I certainly hope that it's something that we can continue to work on with spirit.
Well, I saw a little bit on YouTube this year, but I thought I saw you also play the violin, and I thought, can spirit play through you, or?
Yes, another area of exploration. I actually believe that spirit has played through me many times. I started to play violin when I was 6. I started to play piano when I was 3. But I do feel that deep connection with spirit when I'm playing. It is not something that I have done in the sense of, like when people do spirit art and they're in a trance state and they're drawing or painting with spirit. Not experimented very much with that. But I do have a calling to working with the tones of the violin for healing, and I'm just waiting on more information about that. I can feel that there is something there to work with the the hertz of the tones that work with different chakras and different healing energies, and I feel that there's something coming but we haven't done it yet. So
No, exciting. I just I felt a little bit like when I saw it, that spirit used you as a instrument for playing.
uh,
Yeah.
I feel that it's definitely there, uh, and I know over the years in playing that there have been definite times where I feel this. It's just a matter of, I guess, starting to do this more with spirit.
Mm. What I was thinking, you live in the United States, so you do work? Do you work as a medium, trance medium? So you do readings and so on?
Yes, I do readings online. I don't do them in person just because it's become so convenient to use Zoom, and with a family and all of those things, it's been much easier to use Zoom or other means of online communication. So I do trance readings. I do sessions where it's just I call it more of a spiritual session where someone wants to talk about their path, or
Mm.
perhaps they have some questions about how all of this works and they're interested. I also mentor several people in trance mediumship on a one-to-one basis to help them learn and work with their gifts.
Mm.
So I'm in several circles, and I'm teaching a couple of trance classes as well. So there's a lot going on.
Yeah. In the United States, is it easy to work as a medium or trans medium? Is it like very open there?
You know, I do not think that trance mediumship is very well known here.
No.
Um, there may be parts of the United States where it's known better. On the East Coast, we have Lilydale, for example, in New York State, which is a place that is much more open to this kind of work.
Mhm.
I don't think that if, as a trance medium, I probably wouldn't be comfortable just scheduling around the country different opportunities. I think evidential mediumship is accepted in that way here, but
Mhm.
people know enough about trance mediumship. So I think that's it's coming yet. It's
Yes, I
not
think
but
so.
coming. Yeah.
Yes. I think it's a lot in England, so I think it's very much there.
Yes. I think
Yeah.
it's definitely more accepted in England and some other places for sure. Yes.
Mm. I think I've been listening to, but she's not alive anymore. But Ethel Myers, have you heard of her?
No, but I'm glad that you said. I'll write her name down. Ethel
Yes,
Myers.
I've been looking at a series on Discovery, and it was Ethel Myers, and that is United States.
I'll check into that. Thank you.
Yes, and she
Yeah.
didn't know she was a trans medium, so it's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, before you bring in your guide, whoever it is now who comes in, because you have more than one, maybe.
Yes. It's often that when the guys come in, um, there is someone that speaks first for a little while, and then Sage usually comes in after that. So I don't know for sure who will come in, but we let
Yeah.
spirits work.
Yes. When say I've listened to Sage, but I have to have my ears because sometimes I have difficult to understand her or him a
Yes.
bit because it's a little bit Asian. So
Yes, and also feel free to say something to the guide if they're hard to hear, because I know that they want to know that.
yeah,
And even sometimes Sage, when he comes through, will say, can you hear me? Okay. So please feel free to interact with them, and if there's anything that you need, to let them know.
yes. Do you feel ready to bring your guide in?
Sure. Yeah, let's
Yeah,
do that. I'll have a little water here.
yeah. And does it take a long time for you to Or is it different? Sometimes it takes longer time for some people or some trance mediums.
No, it's usually under 5 minutes. So a couple of minutes or so.
Yeah.
So.
Well, exciting to see or hear.
All right.
And thank you for doing this.
Oh, goodness. I'm honored. I'm honored to be here and honored that you thought of me. Okay. All right. Are you ready? Okay. Our greetings.
Thank you. Welcome.
We are most happy to be here on this day.
I was going to ask you if you have anything you would like to say or to us on Earth here at the moment.
I do. For it is always for all of you to be aware of your brotherhood, of your sisterhood. There are many things in your world
that allow the fears to run away. In our world, the eagle is not afraid of its wings. It opens its wings to fly. In your world, as humans, you look at your wings and say to yourself, are my wings strong enough? Are my wings smart enough? Are my wings beautiful enough? Before you are willing to take to the sky, you look to the other birds. What kind of wings do they have? Are their wings better than mine? Should I be afraid of these other birds? This is the human mind at work. The fear that is allowed to grow legs to run. But the eagle, he does not work this way. He opens his eyes, he spreads his wings, and he flies. He is not concerned about his wings. He is not concerned about the other birds and their wings. He simply opens his wings and flies. And so today, as I visit you, I bring this message as a reminder for all who are doubting themselves, all who are trapped in the fear of their mind. You have no need for this fear. Open your eyes and be free. And now, my dear, it is time for me to withdraw, and Sage will join you.
It is so lovely to be with you today.
Thank you.
Dear one, can you hear me okay? You you hear it okay?
Yes, I hear you.
Very good. Okay. Now, first
Uh,
of all, you have question?
Yes, I wondered who was the other one who was here before you.
Yes, that is he who walk beside. He who walk beside he often come first to speak, tell story, share wisdom a little bit with you, you know.
Have you anything you would like to share?
Yes, my dear one, of course. Right now, and always on this human earth, in the physicality, there are many conflict. There are many agitation in your world. And it is always a question for those living on earth, in the physical world, always question is how do I gain peace in my life when there is so much conflict in the world and there are so many responsibility, so many things to cause my mind hardship. And so Sid would like to speak a little bit about this today. You see, what is most important understanding is that these answers are not outside human beings. They run around looking for all sorts of answer. They look for answer in what do you call movie show, TV show, electronic device, different kind of medicine, food, different things to distract the mind. When all along the mind is the one that need a little bit of training, you see, little bit of training. It is a mind that causes all of these internal hardship, you see. So for humankind, the answer is inside. It is not on outside. It is inside. Each of you are divine spirit. You are sacred being. You are divine. You are not a physical being. You are not a body. You are divine. The entire universe, it rests inside of you. You see, what that you must do is look inside. Now many say, but says, how do I look inside? How can I know what I am experiencing is correct? Dear one, already when you ask this question, when you are wanting to know what is the right way, what is correct way, you are now turning on this mind, this ego mind, this monkey mind, when instead you can connect to your heart, you see, connect to your heart. But sage, they say, how do I connect to my heart? Well, first of all, you must get very quiet. You must get very still. Sit with yourself in quiet. and ask us to join you. Let us sit together in loving kindness. Let us help you to quiet this mind. Now, once this mind has calmed down a little bit, you say, I am still having many thoughts coming through mind. What do I do with all of these thoughts coming through mind? Do not push them away. Just look at them like picture show. Oh, I see. There is a thought about what I am doing later today. Okay. Let it go by in the river. Watch, but do not pick it up. Do not hold on to it. Once you can master allowing your mind to have a thought, but not attached to this thought. Once you have this mastery, now you have everything. You can sit and see the divine within you, see. And we will help you. Anyone who wish to experience this peaceful time, we will help you, you see. Now, it might seem that she's talking about a very small idea, but actually, if every single human were to spend time with themselves in contemplation, in loving kindness, in stillness, you would not have this war. We would not have this agitation. You would have loving kindness, for each human would know themselves. That is the key to all things, is know thyself, you see. Now, do you have additional question for stage?
Do you think it will calm down on Earth soon, or will it get worse?
Dear one, now let's explain something a little bit first of all. Sage, there are things that Sage is not in charge of explaining to words that I cannot share in such a way all these details. Okay. However, what Sage can tell you is that there is still somewhat of energy rising around this agitation. And why is this energy rising around this agitation? Around agitation, many things. Mother Earth, Mother Earth, humankind, many war, many conflict, many unkindness. It is rising up for humankind to understand, have awareness, and it will continue rising until mankind say, we must understand ourselves. We must understand ourselves. But all while this rising energy, there are many who are beginning to understand themselves. Many generation, younger generation who are understanding themselves, who coming to physical world with greater knowledge, greater awareness from beginning. This is why you see there's very young children with awareness, with intuition gift, highly developed sense of loving kindness, you see.
Mhm. Well, I could ask a lot of questions to you.
Yes.
Yeah, I could ask a lot of questions, but what I wonder, do all the souls go to the same place after death? Do they, even those who have done very terrible things, do they go to the same place?
Dear one, this is a very good question that you're having. You see, each soul have its own volition, choice about this circumstance. You see, and you must understand that soul does not want to do damage to others. So while on earth plane, when there is damage done to others, soul has a greater remorse for this. Often, when these souls come to us in a spirit world, now sage is not a part of this process right now. Right now, sage is communicator for human world in this way, teacher. But sage is not a healer of those crossing over, you see. The soul arrive to us in spirit world. Often those who have done great wrong, they wish to hide in darkness. They see themselves in a darkness, the way that they are seeing on the earth plane. So they must be encouraged, healed. We have specialisms, special healing. Those who work with them. Imagine now that you have in your world, you have a hospital, and some are there with a different ailment or perhaps healing from accident. It is similar here, not a hospital like you imagine, but it is a place of great healing for those who have done wrong. For it is the soul that knows it has done wrong. It is not a punishment the way that some are feeling it is. It is a balancing of karma and a soul wishing to do this balance, to learn from experience. Now, some soul are terribly withdrawn from having created such a trauma on earth plane, and it is not easy for them to come out of this darkness. You see, this darkness, this hiding away in the darkness. It is a soul choice, and so it is up to our spiritual healers, very high vibrational, to gradually teaching, gradually draw them out, you see, over much time in earth years. You see, you understand?
Yes, I think I understand. So we all go to the light, but some need healing. But some can choose to stay in like middle world. They can stay here and they don't go over. So they stay a little in darkness. Is it like that?
Yes, they are staying there by their own choosing. They are not realizing. They are not realizing that it is available to go to light now, right now. Even that soul who has done wrong, they may join this light, and they will learn from their experience. They will be in charge of balancing karma. You see, it is a free choice. They will wish to do so. But those who are very heavy with the darkness, at the times they are not going to this light, you see, I should say. But it is not that it is different places. The way you feel on earth of different places. This is right now. For example, we are not in different place. It is a vibration, you see.
Yes, I understand that.
Yes.
But there is veils in between.
The veil is the mind. The veil is mind.
So it doesn't exist any veils.
It is a mind. It is a vibration or causation. It is not a matter. It is not a. You see, right now, the eyes of physicality cannot see spirit all the way in the way we in spirit we resonate with one another, you see. But we are not separate from you. It is vibrational. It is vibrational, not a matter, not matter, physical, not physical matter. And so
before you leave, I would like to know: is there many universes?
Yes, dear one. Yes. It is incomprehensible number of what do you call universe? What do you might call planet, star?
Yes.
All of these energies. Now, Sage is not expert. All of these universe. This is not my specialty. But Sage can say you did one a very intuitive human being with a beautiful heart, and you can already feel that there are endless universes, endless vibrational beings of many
Yes.
kinds of form for you, always different from matter, which very heavy, slow vibration. That is not a right and wrong. That is not a judgment. It is simply how matter is formed. Matter is formed using a slow vibration for it to appear as what you are experiencing in physical world. And there are many beings of innumerable counting. You cannot count them.
No.
There are so many, and Sage is not expert on them, on these many ways of life, but all different vibrational aspect to create these form, these experience.
Mm. Are they here to help us, or are they here to help the Earth, or?
Yes, overwhelmingly, there are loving kindness, yes, high vibrational being to assist in transformation of physical world, to assist humankind to continue to develop into loving kindness to each other. You see, now there are of course energies that are not as kind, but Sage is not expert on these energies. But Sage has connection to universal energy whose are loving kindness, you see, in the light. And there are many, with all of you, with all of you. Yeah.
Well, Sage, I would like to thank you for coming. If you don't have anything you would like to say before you leave.
Yes. Just one more message for all. Now, for all of you, remember that we love you unconditionally. You do not have to do nothing at all, and we are loving you always. Now, Sage, give you little homework, all of you. Open your heart when you go out into the world and share this love with others. Open your heart and feel space with your loving kindness. And when you go into the world, you will see loving kindness in others, and you will bring this energy to your world. That is a homework for all human, for all human.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, dear one. It is our pleasure to spend time with you today. Bye bye.
Bye bye. So welcome back.
Thank you.
Did you feel that it was two guides came through? Are you aware of this, or you don't feel it maybe? Or hear?
Yeah, I feel I very much feel the guides coming through. I really feel their energy. But I don't have the recollection of the experience, so to speak. Sometimes I can be left with a little bit of just a feeling or an impression of the messages, like it feels a certain way.
Yeah.
Like right now I just feel a tremendous amount of love. Like I feel that Sage left here with a tremendous, left my physical, my aura with a tremendous amount of love.
Yeah.
But I don't have too much of a recollection of the experience.
No. I think the first one looked a bit like a monk, a male monk, but now I can say I think Sage is a male, if I can say like that. They are no, but it looked more like a male.
Okay. Yeah, so today, at least today, the feeling, and of course we don't know with spirits. Sometimes I'm sure that we have a collective of spirits that is working, and there's someone who steps forward that, so I could understand why sometimes it seems like Sage is female and sometimes it seems like Sage is male. That
Yes.
I can understand
Today
why.
I felt more like a male. I felt more like a male today.
Yeah, and that's usually when I have communicated with Sage over the years, just myself and with my guide, and sitting with them, I felt that he was male as well. Just in terms of my communication with him and feeling him being with me. Yeah.
Well, I asked how about the world, the situation, if it would be worse, but he wouldn't tell me. He said, I think he said it would be a bit worse, but he wouldn't say, because I think they can't say everything. I don't think they're allowed.
Yes, that's not the first time I've heard someone tell me that that they didn't share. I know I had another session with someone who asked a similar question about I'm trying to think, I think it was about what they call the 5D or something like that, and Sage would not share about that.
No.
Told them that it wasn't his place to give certain information,
No.
and not share about that. So you aren't the first person that
No. But he said, that we should quiet our minds and meditate and open our hearts. That was a lesson, home lesson for us all then, to open up our hearts. So
yes,
it's quite difficult in the world today.
Yeah. It's very interesting. I have experimented with that quite a bit with the help of spirit, and it's amazing how it changes you to go around the world with your heart instead of your mind. I mean, your mind has to be obviously helping you with driving and going places and doing things, but it's amazing when the heart is engaged and we invite spirit to help us with our everyday, how it changes your life, and it helps those around you as well. So Yeah.
Mm. Both humans and with animals. Some people forget that the animals, because I feel they are very important as well.
Oh yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree wholeheartedly. I love animals. They're so pure.
Yes.
They're so pure.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are. Yeah. Well, Milada Rice, I'm grateful that I could have you here today, and I'm going to listen to your guides again. And then, of course, I will share this, but it will take a week, and then I will send it and I will share it with on YouTube.
Thank you. I really am
To other
honored
people.
that you thought of me, and I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Have you been interviewed of anybody else here in Sweden?
No.
No? Well,
No.
it's the first then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. And I hope to hear about you again some other time. And I thank your guides to come through today, this evening.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. And I wish you the best and take care.
Thank you. You too. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.